Hey there, this is Shane from DirtBear, and today we're standing in front of the Moremi XLT. We're going to be demonstrating how to put the rig up. Super simple to use, but I think if you know exactly how everything's up, then it's super easy. All right, so we're going to start in the front here. As you'll see, there is a stone cover that's in the front. Very simple to loosen. You just clip it loose there, and you'll see there's a white tab on the top. Just unclip it over there, and it comes open. You just roll this up to get out the way like that. As you'll see, there is a tap over here. That is the off position, and that would be the on position. We'll demonstrate that a little bit later, as well as a gas bottle to be switched on and off over here. Please make sure when you are in transit that the gas is in the off position, just for safety. All right, coming around to the front of the rig, we have two main compartments. So you'll see that this whole rig works on only one key, this being the main key to open up all the locks on the trailer. Okay, so opening up, just push the little levers. You'll see over here there are two yellow tabs. You have to push both of them down in order to pull out the drawer slide. So simply push it down and pull it out. Okay, so what you got here on the drawers is you've got your little kitchen with a 2-plate gas stove, as well as your fridge. Very nice. I'll just come across here. You have all the goodies that you need for your weekend. You've got your braai bak. You've got a very nice paella pan there, as well as a kettle and a pot, and your braai tongs. So to use the fridge, very straightforward. You've got an on button over here. So you just simply put it on, and then you've got two basic toggle switches for up and down in terms of your temperature. As a default, we usually use it on 2 for a fridge, and going down to -4 or -5 if you want to use it for a freezer. But the best is to switch it on and then to toggle your temperature up as you would like it. Okay, coming around to the kitchen hatch, we have your cutlery, as well as your glasses, 2 tumblers, 4 plates, and 4 bowls. Inside here, we also have this very nice shield, which can be used as demonstrated to protect the wind. Okay, so inside this hatch, you will find the electrical box. It consists of a light switch and a pump switch for the water. This is the neutral position or the off position, and then there, as you can see, you've got your lights. Each light is controlled by a switch, so they're individually controlled. You will see there are lights in the cabin. This can be used on the awning. There's nice slack on here, so you can just plug it in on the awning, which we will demonstrate how to use just now. Can also be switched off here, as well as cabin lights under here. Inside the tent itself, and also on the back on the electrical components. Okay, coming back down here, you'll see there is a P, that stands for pump, and if you switch it on, you should hear it priming. That is to activate the water pump. This unit works on a pump. Once it's built up pressure, the primer should stop, but our suggestion is always to just switch it off when you are not using it, because it does hunt from time to time and you don't want to be irritated by that noise. So just switch the pump off. Over here you see we've got a very nice cutlery roll with absolutely all the basics that you need for the weekend. What we like to do is just simply hook it on here so that everything is available to you for the weekend. So as you can see, this is your little kitchen unit. You've got all your cooking appliances and everything that you need, as well as your fridge and all your cutlery and crockery together. Okay, we're going to come around to the back of the trailer and have a look at what's all in the back of the trailer. As I've mentioned, your latches, exactly the same key as you would use for the rest of the trailer. Once again, you've got 2 tabs. Make sure you push both of them down and the unit simply pulls out. So on top over here, you'll see we've got the 2 camping chairs, as well as the table. We've also got a dustbin, as well as the table that we'll show you how to put on there just now. All right, so usually use the bungee cords because it helps to keep everything together in transit. So just loosen that and you can take off all your stuff. Another one here. So you'll see there are 4 ammo boxes in here. 3 of them are empty, and then 1 of them is our gearbox, which has got everything that you need for your trip. I'll just briefly show you what was all in the gearbox. Okay, so we've got a peg bag over there. We have all our goodies that we need for the gas stove, which we'll demonstrate just now. The reason we put it in here is because in transit it is going to possibly dislodge if you are traveling on dirt roads and you don't want to be looking at the back of the trailer for it. A little hose that you can use to connect up onto the water supply. There's a mallet. This is very important. It is the pole for the table. So come around with me and I'll show you how that works. Very straightforward. You've got two runs over here. This mates into the bottom one of it. So basically stick it in there at an angle and let it go down. You'll see it will be attached. Then simply take this pole, plug it in there, and it just pops in there. And there we have it. Okay, so this is the green bag that comes from your box at the back. Just going to show you how they work over here on the gas stove. So basically, you have these guys which fit on there, as well as these 2 that fit over here. This gas stove works exactly like a normal stove in your house, except that we have removed the auto igniter for safety reasons. So once your gas is on, you would need to press down, turn, and use a lighter to ignite it. As I mentioned, the auto igniter has been removed, but that is for safety concerns. Okay, please make sure once you've finished using the stove, when you're packing up, that you just put it back in the bag. It's just so that all the parts are together for transit. So we just usually fold them up like this and then just stick it back in the bag. These L pegs are the only pegs that you'll need for the awning, which we'll show you just now. So I'm going to put that right here. On the side of the hatches, you'll see we've got your basin, pop-up basin, as well as your drying rack that we just put over here for space. You can also put them in the ammo boxes if you prefer, as well as 2 ground sheets. The green one is used for the front area of the trailer, and the black one would be used on the other side for your shower cubicle. Over here we've got the filler for the water tank. Works with this small little key over here. Open it up like that. All you got to do is stick your hose pipe in there and fill it up. When the tank is full, you'll see water will start spewing through the small little hole here on the side. That is the breather. You should know then that the tank is full and ready to go. Please make sure that when you put this back, that you use the key to lock it. This trailer runs on 12 volts for the lights and also for the fridge, but should you be at a hookup where you've got 220, you do have a plugs port over here. We're able to plug whatever you need to inside there. Okay, let's go and have a look at the power unit and exactly where everything is for this little trailer. So on this side, you have your electrical cable together with your blue plug that's needed at some caravan parks. So simply when you are at your electrical site, all you need to do is plug this guy in here like this. Make sure it's all the way in, and you can connect that up onto your electrical side. If you need the blue plug, obviously that just goes in there. To remove this, please remember to push this toggle down and then just work your way out. There we go. It does take a little bit of a pull, but it does come out. On this side, you will also see there are chocks over here for leveling if you so need, as well as an extra extension if that one should be too short. Over here on the side, we have a medical aid kit for you, as well as a fire extinguisher. When you switch onto the power supply, you will see these lights that will start coming up here, this is basically the Victron charger that charges the battery, as well as fuses that are located here should there be an electrical problem, so that you can actually check. There's also a light switch over here. You'll see it is on a cable, so works really nice. You can use it to hang inside the cubicle, and you've got a lot of slack to move wherever you need. Works on a switch. On the side of the trailer, just want to demonstrate the handbrake. The handbrake is just a mechanism, so this would be in the parked position, and this would be when it is in transit. All you have to do is pull the handbrake down, and you'll see it is freely loose at the moment. There's no button or anything, it's just a simple pull up and down. There we go.